This dish comes from something simple we grew up with: noodles with a tomato base, a little tangy, full of everyday flavor. Over time, it's changed depending on what we have on hand. Today, Kevin's making his version, stir-fried with paprika, vegetables, fresh herbs, and tempeh. It's one of those meals we like to make every so often because it's versatile, doesn't need much, and somehow always works. We're using dried chow mein noodles. This isn't a sponsored post, by the way, just what we used here. Other chow mein noodles work just as well. We start by bringing some water to a boil for the noodles. While that comes to temperature, we can begin prepping the vegetables. Carrots are cut into thin strips so they cook quickly and keep a bit of texture. It's a simple dish, but these small steps make a difference in the end. The water is now boiling, so we add some salt and a little olive oil. Then drop in the noodles. We'll let them cook until just tender. The noodles cook quickly, but we have just enough time to prepare the zucchini or courgette. We'll cut into thin batons so they cook evenly. Nothing complicated here, just keeping everything simple. The noodles are now ready. Drain and wash them thoroughly in cold water to stop the cooking. Then set them aside to drain well. This helps them stay separate later when we stir fry. We continue with the rest of the ingredients. Tomatoes are washed, then diced into chunky pieces. It turns out our knife needs a little sharpening. That's much better. Makes things a little easier. Sun-dried tomatoes are sliced thinly. The tempeh is cut into cubes. The ginger is peeled, lightly crushed, then minced. Similarly, press the garlic cloves, then mince them. We're using the white part of 2 stems of green onion, thinly sliced. and a few curry leaves for a fragrant base. We usually keep them frozen so they're easy to use when needed. You can substitute with bay leaves if that's what you have. We'll start by frying the tempeh. Heat some oil in a skillet on medium heat. The tempeh goes in. Cook until golden on both sides. This gives it a bit of texture before it goes into the dish. Once crisp, add a little soy sauce. It coats and absorbs into the tempeh, giving it a deeper savoury flavour. Set aside. Heat a little oil in a wok or deeper pan on medium heat. Then carrots go in first. Tossed, stir-fried until about half cooked. And then the zucchini. Just enough time to soften slightly while still keeping a bit of bite. Season lightly with salt. Toss and stir-fry for a few more minutes. Remove the vegetables from the pan and set aside. Now the base begins. In the same pan, heat a little oil on medium. Add the garlic, ginger, green onions and curry leaves. As they heat, the aroma builds almost immediately. Coriander powder and paprika are added next. They bloom in the oil, bringing warmth and color to the dish. If you don't have coriander, a little dried oregano or parsley works as well. Add a small splash of water if needed. And then come the tomatoes. Fresh tomatoes along with the sun-dried ones. Lower the heat and let everything simmer. As they cook, they begin to break down, softening into a rustic sauce. This is where everything starts to come together. A dash of cayenne for a little heat. Optional if you prefer it milder. A few splashes of water help loosen the sauce. Add a few sprigs of thyme. Cover and let it simmer briefly. Now the noodles are added into the wok. They're gently tossed through the sauce, loosening, separating, and taking on that deep tomato flavor. The vegetables and tempeh return to the pan. A little salt, and everything is folded together until evenly combined. This meal comes together easily and finds its way back into the kitchen again and again. A generous dash of black pepper. To finish, we're adding a few fresh leaves of lemon basil, picked straight from the plant. It adds a light, refreshing note to the dish. We often use coriander leaves as well. You can simply use what you have. Serve warm. It's simple but full of flavor. The full recipe is on the blog. Link is in the description. And if you try it, let us know how it turned out. We'll see you in the next video.